So season 3 of iRacing is coming to an end for 2024. I thought I'd give you guys a quick little update as to what my plans are for season 4. If you've been following the channel for any period of time, you know that I run 2 league races per week, both in the PRL Precision Racing League, precisionracingleague.com series. One of them is the GT3 Sprint, which is an extremely high level group of GT3 drivers, and I've been in the amateur class, really fighting hard for the championship this year. Seems like it's going to come just a little bit short, unfortunately. I've also been running in the IMSA series, also in the GT3 car, where you have an option between GTP and GT3. So a couple things have kind of happened that really haven't talked about at all the last couple months. Number one, and I guess the biggest thing, is that I've joined a new team. I'm running with SimCity Racing, which is a great group of guys all over the world. Predominantly in the North America region, Canada and the United States specifically, but drivers all over the place. And honestly, just a fantastic group of guys. Really enjoy hanging out and racing with them on a weekly basis in PRL. I've only been with them for a few weeks, maybe a month, and I feel like I've learned a ton already. You really just can't say enough about how nice those guys have been, bringing me into the fold and teaching me and helping me just learn such finite ways to improve and up my pace and up my racecraft, and it's honestly just been like an invigorating process. So I'm really excited to continue racing with them, excited to have a full season in season 4 with them, whether it be special events and PRL, league races, and so on. So that's kind of the biggest thing that I guess has changed. The other thing is trying to figure out what I want to do for season 4. And I think the obvious thing is I'm definitely going to continue racing in the GT3 Sprint series. I'm probably going to stay in the amateur group. I don't think I'm going to hit 3K IR before the new season starts, which will put me in the pro group. And to be honest, I'm happy about that. Like, I have really enjoyed racing for the amateur championship this season. It's been a lot of fun to get, you know, the amateur podiums. I don't know, I'm air quoting it. They are podiums. When you're racing against guys in this 5, 6, 7K range, I'm not going to podium or even get a top 10 unless something insane happens, or it's a rain race and I can, you know, not pit, or just things go my way. On pace, I'm not competing with those guys at all. So I'm very thankful that they have the amateur championship and grouping, because it gives guys like me with my pace an ability to race in a really strong group, but also kind of have something to fight for when you're fighting for P18 or P20 overall. So anywho, I'll be continuing to do the GT3 Sprint within PRL. That will remain on Tuesday nights around 8:20 p.m. Eastern time. I'll continue to stream those races on YouTube, of course. The other thing is the IMSA series. So the IMSA series today is, I believe it's about 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Maybe it's shorter. Honestly, don't really know. It's currently on Monday nights, but they're making a change in PRL. So they're getting rid of a lot of the series that they currently do, and they're actually shifting the IMSA series to Thursday nights, and they're extending that race. So I want to say it's somewhere between like 35 and maybe 40 minutes. It's actually going to go to 60 minutes, which honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's quite a long race. I do think the interesting thing that it should bring into effect is tire wear and your ability to stay clean on your tires. The plan right now is to race in the IMSA series, but I think I'm going to make the jump to the car that's on the screen. I've treated this league the entire season as a show and go. I run no practice laps with that track. Now, of course, I have been driving the Corvette for both the Sprint and for the IMSA series, so I do obviously have experience with the car, but I don't have maybe direct experience with the car and the track combination, and certainly not within that week, right? It might be historical or whatever. So I've treated it as show and go. I intend to continue to do that, because frankly, I find it to be just super fun to kind of go into something and just YOLO it, for lack of a better word. But this time I thought it would be cool to, instead of you guys listening to me cuss at the GTPs the entire time, now you're going to get to listen to me complain about the slow GT3s the entire time. I figured I'm just going to go in and just completely flip it on its head and be extremely hypocritical and complain about the slow GT3s. So kind of like half joking, of course. But all that said, I'm looking forward to doing something a little bit different. I think driving the GTP for a season will be a lot of fun. I have done a little bit of driving with that car. I've done the Daytona 24 actually in the Cadillac GTP. I think that's it. We were going to do Sebring this year, Sebring 12 in the GTP, but with the rain situation, all those things, we ended up doing LMP2. Anyway, goal is GTP, lean into the Cadillac just because it sounds incredible. I'm going to test them out over the next couple weeks, as we still have a couple weeks until the new season starts and I have to commit to a car. But leaning to the Caddy just because it sounds awesome. So those are my plans for league racing. Quick discussion about, you know, changing teams. I think that's pretty much all of it. As far as content, you know, I intend to continue doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna stream my league races. Now it's gonna be every Tuesday and Thursday night, US Eastern time. And past that, I'll continue to put out official races that I do, really trying to create a story around those races as opposed to just recording all races and sending them out on YouTube. I'd like to find the narrative that exists in kind of every race that we do, even if it's pretty subtle or pretty small, and really try to kind of weave a story into it. I'd like to continue just working on that craft and getting better at it. I've noticed that you guys do appreciate that, where maybe I'm putting out one specific race that kind of has a narrative that goes along with it, as opposed to just, hey, here's the five official races that I did that week. Not super interesting. So that's kind of my thought process. Just kind of wanted to give a quick update, let you guys know where I stand on what I intend to do for season 4. And for everybody that watches and sends me DMs on Discord, who sends me messages on the forums, who, you know, sends me something in the blue in an official practice session and just says, hey man, are you the dude that does this stuff on YouTube? Like, yeah, that's me. I appreciate you. And I really do appreciate all those messages. It's super kind of you to reach out, say something nice about what I'm doing. And yeah, so thank you for that. Thank you for watching. I do enjoy it. It's a nice, fun little hobby, something extra to do within the hobby itself. So for everybody that watches, thank you very much. Please keep it up and let me know what I can do. Let me know how I can change things. I love feedback. I love iterating on things. It's kind of what I do professionally, and you know what I enjoy doing here too. So with all of that, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.